Hello everybody, we are the Taubitz family. I am Jim. This is my wife Julie. This is Trevor, Timothy, and Sally, and Pepper. We are missionaries with Engineering Ministries International, and we've been asked by Bethany Kids to come and assist with the Bethany Kids at Kajabi Hospital Pediatric Wing.
We live here in Kajabi now. We are from Michigan. We've been here about a year and a half. All the kids go up to Rift Valley Academy. Trevor's in 10th grade. Timothy is in 5th, about to be in 6th, and Sally's in 2nd, about to be in 3rd. And this is our front yard, so it's really quite beautiful here, but there are quite a few challenges that present itself just by living here.
What we're going to do is we're going to take you on a tour around the Kajabi Hospital grounds and give you an idea where this new wing is going to be located, some of the challenges that are presented with building this new pediatric wing, and kind of give you an idea of where we are in the construction of this building.
I'm standing where Bethany Kids currently is. As you see, all this area that's in blue, this bottom floor, is for the children, and this is the little playground outside. But this is as it is today, and that's why we're here, is to build them a new facility where all children from Kajabi Hospital will be housed.
All right, here we are on the footprint where the new Bethany Kids at Kajabi Hospital Pediatric Wing is going to be located. It's about a 24,000 square foot facility that's roughly 100 feet by 240 feet in length. From about where I'm standing now all the way to the back side of the Quonset hut, the half-round building down there, is where this whole new facility is going to take in phase 1. For the second phase, which will be the outpatient phase, it'll be where the camera is further up the hill. So as you can see, it's going to be quite a large building and increase the capability of both Bethany Kids and the hospital quite a bit, because it's almost 50% the size of the existing hospital here at Kajabi. In a quick overview of where we are in the process, our architect, our Architecturian Architects, has finished the detailed drawings, and we have all our tender documents put together. And so where we are now is we've presented those tender documents to 7 pre-selected contractors that our team, the Pediatric Facility Projects Committee, has been reviewing both their actual construction work and also the capabilities of their companies. And we've narrowed the list down to about 7 pre-qualified contractors, and they've picking up those tender documents, and we're expecting the bids back on the 21st of June. We expect to be able to go into negotiations with the contractor shortly after the bids are received, and hopefully have negotiations with the contractor completed by the end of July, and God willing, the building will be started by the end of August.
That building right there is what we call the Quonset hut. It's actually a construction store. It just houses stored materials. And it needs to move in order for us to use all this ground. So it's been a real challenge to us to get that building removed, to get estimates for its cost. So what we have done, we've gotten our architect to roll that into the bill of quantities for our building. So whichever contractor we choose, it's going to be part of their job to get that thing moved. What we're actually going to do is we're going to take 2/3 of it and move it into one location for a materials and receiving section, and another 1/3 is going to be going to house the oxygen plant. So that's a huge challenge right there, is getting that thing moved. The other thing that has to be moved is, you see this white building right here. That right now is currently 7 on-call rooms. It's where the doctors sleep when they're here at night, and they need to be on call, but they need to be closed. So what we actually need to do is we just need to remove 2 of those rooms in order to put up our building. So that also, the demolition of that is rolled into our contract. And then right down here, this building right here is called the Mother Child Health. It's brand new, it hasn't even opened yet. It should be ready in another month or so. Our CT scanner just arrived 2 days ago, and it is already in there, and that's a wonderful new addition to the hospital. But our corridor is going to come right down past this building and then go behind it to link to the hospital. So these are some of the ground challenges we have to getting this building up. And you can see it's pretty It's pretty challenging, but these contractors are good, and I'm sure they'll be able to handle it.
What you're looking at now is the corridor where we're going to have a covered walkway between the Bethany Kids Pediatric Wing and the main corridor in the Kajabi Hospital. This will be about a 10-foot wide covered walkway, and it's going to physically connect both facilities so that gurneys and people can transit between the hospital and the Bethany Kids Pediatric Wing much easier. One of the items of issue, as Julie mentioned before, is the on-call building. A couple of the rooms right here in this section of the on-call building need to be removed so that we can make room for this corridor. There's the back side of the new mother-child healthcare facility, and then right beyond that is also the new CT scanner. So this new connector link is also going to service the hospital in providing a covered walkway also to the mother-child healthcare facility and a gurney path for people in gurneys to be able to make it to the CT scanner room. We're now standing on the southwest corner of this new pediatric wing. As you can see, this is the on-call building that's of concern, and the old generator room, which is of concern. In a future plan, the ramp that goes from the basement level all the way up to the first floor level of this new facility is going to be right across where these buildings are. But they don't need to be removed right now, and we're still in negotiation with Kajabi Hospital because the buildings do need to be removed in the sense that they are dilapidated, and for safety's sake they should be removed because they're just not good places to sleep in. But that's what we're going to be working with the hospital over the next couple of months and determine whether we really do need to remove these buildings in entirety now or only remove what's necessary for the Bethany Kids project. And then once the Bethany Kids project is up, then we remove the remaining call rooms to build the new facility. Over here again you can see the Quonset hut, which will be disassembled link by link. And then you can also see here in the middle of the field, Kajabi Hospital's been working real hard to get this whole area cleared off in preparation for the for a commencement of the new building. But this was all full of trash, broken gurneys, all sorts of old medical equipment. So they've been working very diligently over the last month and a half to prepare the ground for Bethany Kids to start building.
This kind of stuff is all what's been taking our time. I said earlier, we've been here for a year and a half. Well, what have you been doing for a year and a half? Wow, we've been so busy. Infrastructure here at Kajabi hadn't been upgraded since the 1970s, but they've been adding buildings. So they needed more electrical power, we needed more sewer capability, and we need more water supply. So those three things have been taking a huge amount of time. And also getting the architect on board. We had to find an architect. We had to go through months of meetings with the doctors and nurses trying to make the building as functional as possible so that at the point we are now, hopefully we won't have any changes.
All these infrastructure items, the incinerator, the water, the electric, and the sewer system, these are all projects that were required to be installed so that we can build up the new Bethany Kids pediatric wing. Without this infrastructure, all we're doing is creating yet one more Band-Aid, one more stress on a system that's already broke. So what we realized with the Engineering Ministries International team is we have to fix what's under the ground first, get that right before we start building above ground. So as Julie said, it's taken some time. We have plans. We're moving forward, and really the only unknown commodity at this point is the sewer system, and hopefully we'll be started on that project within about 6 months to actually build a sewer system that's working and connected to the new pediatric wing.
Some of the challenges that we face right now are about communications. I don't know if you've ever been to Africa or have any sense of what it's like here, but it's not just a language barrier. It's just about communications, and so we need clear prayer about how to communicate and to be clear and decisive, and we need to make sure that everybody is on board and working as a team. we've gotten to a point at sometimes where Kajabi Hospital and Bethany Kids don't feel like a team, and that's really sad for us. And when we first came here, we didn't even realize there were two separate entities that were very different. It just seemed like Kajabi Hospital, but upon realizing that there were two divisions, and sometimes they really act divisive. So we need to get everybody on board as a team, and knowing that this is a project for all involved, not just for one or the other. But a lot of it's about communications, being very clear from the top to the bottom, all over. Everybody has to be on the same page. And I don't know how we're going to do that without God's help, but with His help, maybe we can.
Other significant challenges, obviously money. This facility, in the first phase, is almost a $2 million facility, and that's on top of the infrastructure payments. Jerry Caffey and I have looked at the numbers, and we can build the shell for about 1.5 million US dollars. So we can get the shell up in that amount of money, assuming that we're not going to have to pay VAT tax, which is truly what we expect, is to be exempted from paying VAT.
Which is a 16% bill. That's quite significant with this bill. So, and we can't get into the exemption phase until we have a contractor. Once we have a contractor, then we can go and ask for our VAT exemption. So that's kind of a big deal for us. In another month and a half, we'll know whether we're going to be able to get that 16% cleared off the top.
And then to finish the building will be about another $500,000. So $2 million overall is what we're talking to get this first phase of the building built. The second phase of the building, which is an outpatient facility, that'll be for further on down the road, but that'll allow the inpatient facility to expand from a facility that's 70 beds with a temporary outpatient to a full 98-bed capability, and then the outpatient facility that will be built attached to it will have the capability of several hundred patients per day.
One of the other challenges that we face here is the needs of the people. We get people coming quite often to ask for help for school fees. The people here, school can be free up to 8th grade. The government now provides that, which in the past they did not. But high school still requires payment. And it's very challenging when you live on $100 a month trying to afford $35, $40 a month for your child's school fees or even more. So it's a real challenge as people come, and they are so needy, and we just can't hand out money to everybody. So we need prayer for discernment and just being able to help where we can. And it doesn't always require money. Sometimes it's using our car. Our car has been a blessing to many people here, not just us. But those are definitely challenges that we face almost every day, and it's gotten easier as we've come up with ways to talk about it, but it's still a huge issue. We pray for the people and us as we are going to live here for a couple more years. We plan on being here as a family until the project is over right now as it stands, which we're hoping to be the summer of 2014. Our oldest son that you met earlier, Trevor, he will be graduating as a senior from Rift Valley in that summer. And so we felt like being here for the completion of the building and possibly the 6-month defects liability period, which is after they hand over the building, we have 6 months to find all the faults and get them to come back and fix it. So if we can be here through that time and get Trevor graduated, God is good. But we do need prayer for that as we're trying to raise funds for that, because we obviously don't have enough between now and then. And getting our family to understand and support us, which they do. Our family is amazing in their support for us, and our church family too. So thank you all, and God bless.
Okay, so we thank you for taking some time to look at the sites around Kajabi Hospital with us. We hope that this short video gives you a little bit better idea of what we're dealing with, what you're dealing with, and how the new pediatric facility is actually going to fit into the big scheme of things in the Kajabi Hospital 10-year master plan, which is actually turning into a 20-year master plan. And we hope this has raised some excitement for you as it is with us, because we are excited. We're excited to get started on the project, and We're also excited to see just how God is going to move here in the next 2 years as this project goes on. Thank you.
Thank you.